If you've ever spent hours planning content, mapping out weeks in advance, only to hit publish and hear nothing but silence, this video is for you. That's not a motivation problem. And it's not because your ideas aren't good. It's usually a content calendar problem, especially in the AI era. Today, I'm going to show you how to build a content calendar that does just keep you consistent, but actually helps your content get discovered, resurfaced, and trusted by search engines and AI systems alike. I built content calendars for over a decade for service businesses that rely on search, not trends. Calendars designed to compound over time, survive algorithm changes, and now adapt to AI-driven discovery. And what I've learned is this. The calendar itself isn't the problem. The strategy behind it usually is. By the end of this video, you'll know three things. First, why a content calendar still matters even as AI changes how content is discovered. Second, the non-negotiable elements your content calendar must include to stay relevant and searchable. And third, how to build a content calendar that supports SEO, AI discovery, and long-term business growth, not just weekly posting. Most people think a content calendar is just a schedule, dates, deadlines, color-coded boxes. Very organized, very satisfying. Honestly, half of the dopamine of content planning comes from the color coding, not the results. But in the AI era, that definition breaks down fast. Content is no longer consumed in order. It's pulled, summarized, resurfaced, and recombined by AI systems that don't care that much when you post it, only whether your content connects, answers, and compounds. That means a content calendar today isn't just about staying organized. It's a decision-making system. A system for deciding what deserves to exist, what gets connected together, and what has a chance of being discovered long after you hit publish. If your calendar only helps you stay consistent but not visible, it's doing half of job and quietly costing you growth. Why a content calendar still matters in the AI era. Let's clear something up. AI did not kill content calendars. It raised the bar for them. AI systems look for patterns, consistency, topical authority. A content calendar is how you teach AI what you're actually about. Without one, your content becomes a series of disconnected signals. With one, your content starts to look like a body of work. That's the difference between being occasionally visible and consistently discovered. The new rule of a content calendar. A modern content calendar has three jobs. First, discovery. It helps search engines and AI understand what topics you cover and how they relate. Second, depth. It ensures your content builds on itself instead of starting from scratch every week. Third, decision making. It helps you decide what not to create because posting everything is not a strategy. It's a stress response. The core elements your content calendar must include. This is where most calendars fall apart. They track dates, but not meaning. A high performing content calendar needs more than titles and publish times. Every piece of content should be connected to a topic, pillar, or cluster, not just a standalone idea. A primary keyword and search intent. not just a clever headline, a role, rank, nurture, convert, or support authority. A connection plan, so content reinforces other content. An update cadence, not just a publish date. If your calendar doesn't show relationships, it's not finished. It's just a list. How to build a content calendar that compounds. Now, let's talk about how to build a content calendar that actually compounds instead of resetting every month. And when I say compounds, I mean that every piece of content you publish makes the next piece stronger instead of starting from zero again. Here's the system. Step 1. Define your business goal. Before you plan a single post, ask, what is this content supposed to do for the business? Visibility, leads, authority, conversions. If your goal is lead generation, your calendar should prioritize high intent questions, not just awareness topics that feel productive. If you skip this step, you end up with content that performs but doesn't produce. Step number 2, clarify audience intent, not just the audience. Knowing who you serve isn't enough anymore. You need to know why they are searching. Are they researching, comparing options, ready to take action? A compounding content calendar balances intent. Educational content for early stage discovery. Strategic and comparison content for decision stage intent. When your calendar maps to intent, AI understands your content more clearly and your audience actually moves forward. Step number 3, audit what already exists. This step is widely underrated. Before planning new content, look at what you've already published. What's ranking? What's getting impressions but not clicks? What's outdated but still relevant? Often, the fastest growth comes from updating and reconnecting existing content, not creating something new. AI already has history with your content. Your calendar should build on that trust, not ignore it. Step number 4, choose formats strategically. Not every idea deserves the same format. Some topics want depth, long-form blog posts or videos. Others work better as supporting content, short videos, emails, or social posts. A compounding calendar assigns formats based on purpose, not habit. If everything has the same format, you lose leverage fast. Step 5, set a sustainable publishing rhythm. This is where ambition usually backfires. Consistency doesn't mean as often as possible. It means as often as we can maintain without burnout or quality loss. One strong connected piece per week will outperform the daily disconnected content every time. A calendar you abandon doesn't compound, it collapses. And no, posting daily for 2 weeks and then disappearing for 3 months does not count as a strategy. Step number 6, assign ownership clearly. Even if you are a team of one, every piece of content needs an owner. Someone responsible for creation, optimization, and updates. When ownership is vague, content gets published once and forgotten. A compounding calendar treats content like an asset, not a task. Step number 7, review, refine, and reconnect. This is the step that turns a calendar into a system. On a regular schedule, monthly or quarterly, review performance. What's gaining traction? What's being surfaced by search or AI? What deserves expansion or updating? Your content calendar shouldn't just plan the future, it should continuously improve the past. That's how momentum builds. The mistakes that kill ROI in the AI era. Now, let's talk about what quietly destroys content calendar ROI. Mistake number one, planning content in isolation. Standalone content gives AI no context. Disconnected content doesn't build authority, it builds noise. Mistake number two, chasing trends instead of topics. Trends spike, topics compound. AI rewards consistency of subject matter, not novelty for novelty's sake. Mistake number three, never updating old content. This one is expensive. AI values freshness, accuracy, and completeness. If your calendar only focuses on what's new, you are leaving results on the table. Updating content is often faster and more effective than starting from scratch. Mistake number four, treating the calendar as done. A content calendar isn't a document, it's an operating system. If it doesn't evolve with performance data and discovery patterns, it becomes outdated fast. Mistake number five, confusing activity with progress. Posting consistently feels productive, but consistency without strategy creates motion, not momentum. If your calendar doesn't connect, rank, resurface, and convert, the calendar isn't doing its job. What comes next? Once your content calendar is built this way, the next question becomes what content should actually go on it? Because a calendar without a clear SEO-led content strategy just turns into organized guesswork. That's why your next step is understanding how to choose topics that compound, topics that support search, AI discovery, and client acquisition at the same time. I link to that video next, where we break down SEO content strategy in a way that actually works for service businesses. If this helped you see your content calendar differently, you're actually who this channel is for. And if you've been stuck planning content that looks good on paper but doesn't move the needle, you are not behind. You are just using the wrong system.